Welcome to my tarot card reading for January 2015. Air signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's start with an analysis of the element, air element, for January 2015. We have here the throne of Cancer with the Moon and Jupiter representing the Queen of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords with Mercury, Gemini, represented. And we have the King of Cups representing the Crown of Scorpio with Pluto and Uranus. This month of January is going to be a month of surprises, quick, sudden changes. But at the same time, there's going to be a dynamic where we are going to have a hard time letting go. In a good, positive way, it could also mean that we finally have the guts, the energy, or the strength to do something that is going to be empowering. Okay? Keeping that in mind, we have here Gemini, Mercury, Gemini. So that means that there's going to be a lot of thinking, a lot of analytical process going on during the month of January 2015. We're going to be acting like we are some kind of psychologist. We're going to be digging deep in our psyche, our emotions, our inner world. That could be good. That could be very helpful for you air signs. You are all related with the mind. So during this month, that's the tendency that we have for you. We have the Moon, Jupiter, emotions. Therefore, we're going to be analyzing our emotions, our inner world during this time of the year. We have Jupiter. Therefore, what we have to consider is also the aspect of traveling. So traveling is highly probable for all of you air signs during this time of the year, January 2015. Not only traveling, but if we consider Pluto and Uranus, and then Jupiter with Mercury, we're talking about like some kind of lawyer. So laws are going to be also related. It could mean that you are deciding to study laws, or you, for some reason, something happens that you have to deal with a lawyer. Or simply put, it could mean that you are going to start studying something, whatever it is that you want to study. It could be yourself, or it could be a topic that you like, or you decide to go to school. Whatever it is, the dynamic, that is how it's going to manifest the dynamic. That's what we have for you air signs, January 2015. Welcome to my tarot card reading for January 2015, air signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, this is your reading. We have here the Moon, we have the Three of Cups, we have St. James, the Knight of Staff, and we have the Eight of Swords with Mercury and Gemini. What we have here, my dear Gemini, is relationships, associations, partnerships that are dissolved. They're dissolved. But the thing is that there is a healing process going on. Therefore, if last year there was a situation among friends, partnership, ventures, whatever it is, whatever relationship that you were involved that was stealing your peace of mind, represented by the St. James, this is going to be a process that you are going to get rid of it. You do it or someone else does it, but this breakup, this relationship that ends, not only romantically I'm talking about, remember, is going to bring a healing process to your life, represented by the moon. So for you might look like something bad, but at the long run is going to be very, very, very good. We have Mercury Gemini, so there's going to be a lot of analysis, communication, messages, all this kind of stuff that are going to be emphasized during this month of January. So it could mean that you receive messages that they some way somehow deteriorate this relationship, bringing it to an end, a collapse, whatever way you want to call it. Or it could mean also that you're analyzing the situation and you finally decide to break up, to finish this association with friends, a family member, whatever it is, but it's a relationship, and you bring it to an end, because at the end, peace of mind is most important thing in your life. Okay, if you had a business and it went bankrupt, this bankruptcy, even if it is going to be very stressful, is going to be very liberating for you, my dear Gemini. So have that in mind for January 2015. Don't forget that at the end of this video we have the rising sign, so we are going to be analyzing how you will be reacting according to your rising sign. Welcome to my tarot card reading for January 2015. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Libra, this is your reading. We have Babalu, the Five of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Moon, Cancer. So first of all, notice that Babalu is walking towards this direction and the Four of Swords is looking into this direction. A feeling of being trapped, we could say that is going to take over during the month of January if you're a Libra. Here Babalu for me represents illnesses, ailments, disease, but because it's in an upright position, it means it means that this is not a major threat. It's something okay. So if you receive news about health conditions, don't worry too much, don't cry about that, don't concentrate about that, concentrate on what you have. Okay, whatever it is, it's not that serious. You might think it is, but it's not that serious. Just concentrate on what you have, make changes, lifestyle changes, and you're gonna start seeing that everything will come back to normal. But if you don't, then you will be concentrating in a loss and it's going to be harmful for you. But what we're talking about is a loss about something. This loss is closely related with health, a loss of health, but it's not serious. And not only that, a contract that comes to an end, and in some way somehow it's like you're grieving that loss. The Four of Swords is looking at this direction, so it's emphasizing that aspect of the loss. The Queen of Cups with the Moon and Jupiter, Cancer throne, is letting us know that it's going to be a kind of a very emotional month for you. But once again, it's not that bad as you think it is. Okay? Remember that at the end I have the rising sign, so it's going to show how you will be reacting or what you can do according to the rising sign. Welcome to my tarot card reading for January 2015. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Aquarius, this is your reading. We have here Oshumare, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Nine of Swords with the King of Cups representing the crown of Scorpio with Pluto and Uranus. So we have here Oshumare and the Six of Swords. There is something that you have been carrying. You could be carrying from last year, or something that happened that you got to here, or whatever it is that you discover. But it's talking about a baggage, a load that you're carrying deep in your chest, is heavily ingrained. It could be an experience that you had and it emerged. It could be a traumatic experience. Whatever it is, it's a very painful experience that you're holding, and you're holding into it, and you don't talk about it. And my best advice, talk about it. That's my best advice. Talk about it. And if you listen to what I said at the beginning with the analysis of the element, you should pay attention to what I said, okay? The Nine of Swords here is letting us know that it seems like you're praying for something to change or not to happen, but you have to remember that certain things in life, they cannot be changed. They are what they are. So the best thing I can tell you is just try to learn to deal with it in a very different way. Uranus, Pluto is letting us know that you have a conflict here. You're fighting letting go or holding into something. You have to be brave, take charge, and make the change. Talk about it. Otherwise, you're going to be in this dilemma of eternal suffering. Okay? Carrying something in your chest, if you don't talk about it, you're always going to carry it. It could be a traumatic experience. Whatever the experience is that is technically bursting your chest, you have to let it go. Talk about it. I'm giving you this as an advice because the tendency for January is that you're going to hold on into a very painful experience, and you have to let go. Okay? You really need a psychiatrist, a psychologist, someone that could help you, someone that you can lean, someone that you can talk to, someone that can listen to you. Okay? Remember, there are certain things that you cannot change. You just have to adapt and keep going. That's what I have for you for January 2015, my dears Aquarius. Remember that at the end I have the rising sign, so just pay attention to how you are going to be reacting or how things are going to manifest according to your rising sign. Welcome to my tarot card reading for January 2015. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is your rising sign. If your rising sign, my dear Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, is Aries, then the dynamic is about things that are going to emerge. You receive news. The thing is that evidence, messages, whatever it is going to emerge, is going to be out there for everyone to see. This is going to change the dynamic. In other words, you probably are going to hear things about this group, this association, this venture, this business, this partnership, whatever it is, that is going to change the dynamic and is causing the breakup. Okay? If you are a Libra, there is a loss that is coming that is going to be painful for you. Okay? Whatever is the loss related with health or contracts. The same thing with you, my dear Aquarius. You're going to receive news that are going to be probably painful for you, okay, and are going to be a little bit difficult to bear, and it might make you a little bit impulsive at the same time. You have to be careful. You might turn a little bit rebellious, where you're holding into pain. You receive a news and it's going to change the whole dynamic in your life. My best advice: seek help. If your rising sign is Taurus, we're talking about getting tired of the same BS, getting tired of routines, and that's the root of the dynamic that I explained to you. routine is the one that is bringing an end to all this kind of stuff. Probably routine is the one that is taking away that mental stability or peace of mind, and that's why it's causing the breakup. We have, for you Libra, this loss is this contract. It needed renewal, something different, new blood, something new. And because it was all stuff, it was all the same, it was time for it to die off and bring something new, something different. But it's the routine that is bringing an end to this contract. And if it is health-wise, then you need to make changes in your diet. Don't stick with the same stuff. If your rising sign is Gemini, air with air, that means that you're going to be all over. You're going to be floating. This is going to be a very unstable situation for you, especially mind related. You're going to start feeling a little bit unstable, if you understand what I'm trying to say. If your rising sign is Cancer, my dear air signs, the dynamic is going to be withdrawal. This is going to be real good or bad depending on what you want to do. If you use this energy to meditate and analyze and be proactive and do something helpful, then it's good. If you're going to use this energy to analyze what you can do, this is good. But if you isolate in order to feel just to have self-pity, this is going to be bad because it's going to take you into depression. If your rising sign is Leo, these changes are going to affect you financially. Technically speaking, financially is going to make a dent in your life. And if you're holding into something that is painful, Aquarius, is going to affect you financially. That loss, that contract, and that health problem, it might make a dent in your finances, okay? But it's not the end of the world. If your rising sign is Leo, my dear Gemini, that loss might bring a financial loss. I'm being redundant, but on the other hand, it could mean that this healing process that started here of a breakup, it was good because it was draining you financially. We could see it either way. If your rising sign is Virgo, this is the best thing that you can have. You are going to be a detective, and you're going to be an analyst. You are going to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, because you're going to be analyzing into all the details. You're going to be analyzing every single aspect of the event that is going to manifest during this time of the year. This is really good for you, okay? Especially if you're Aquarius, because it means that you're going to be kind of a psychologist. If your rising sign is Libra, this is also a good aspect. It means that if you are an air sign with a rising sign in Libra, it means new projects, new things are coming, but especially new ways of thinking and seeing things, okay? It means that some way, somehow, Gemini, you are seeing things from a very different perspective. And also traveling is aspected here, and loss. The same thing goes with you, my dear, Libra. New projects. So you lost something, but something new is coming for you. Okay. Aquarius. New projects. You might have an epiphany in this moment. You might, but the thing is that you're going to be some kind of philosopher. This pain that you're holding into might help you to become some kind of philosopher, or might help you to understand the big picture of everything. If your rising sign is a Scorpio, you are going to be liberating yourself. You're going to start seeing things. An epiphany is the veil falls from your eyes, and you start seeing and understanding things from a very different perspective, a very unique perspective. And this is good because if you were hurting other people because of this dynamic, you finally will realize this. You're going to see and understand things from the right perspective. If your rising sign is a Scorpio. If your rising sign is Sagittarius, we're talking about you fighting to keep the status quo, fighting and making things to make things stable, to stay as they are. In other words, you're going to work a little bit harder to make things happen, but you will be able to guard off anything bad or anything that gets out of control. If your rising sign is Capricorn, my dear air signs, then what we have here is a message. You receive a message, whichever it is, the message that is going to change the dynamic. It's going to create everything that I mentioned for you on your sign analysis, okay? But it's all related with a message. If your rising sign is Aquarius, my dear air signs, you simply get tired of it and you walk away from everything. That's very typical for an Aquarius. You just leave behind everything. You just, oh, whatever, I'm not gonna go, I get caught up on all this dynamic and I'm just gonna walk away from it. And this is a kind of good way of thinking. Now, if your rising sign is Pisces, then the dynamic is about following your dreams. And this is good. It could be good, it could be bad. It is bad if you're being very idealistic, and it could be good if you are very practical, but you are decided to go and follow your dreams, make something about your objectives in life. Okay, so if you're a Gemini, this breakup is going to be pushing you towards that direction of following your dreams, your goals, your objectives in life, to focus on those. The same thing with you, Libra, Aquarius, the same thing. All this painful experience is going to push you into some sort of determination to do something about your life and follow your dreams, your goals, and objectives. Just remember, don't be idealistic. It's good to be optimistic, realistic, but not idealistic. And that's what I have for you, my dear air signs, for January 2015.